In the end, I think that they underestimated Meghan. And from the very, very top to the bottom of the British royal family, the British monarchy, all of them were in cahoots. All of them were talking and whispering behind her back with their courtiers and their friends and their family members and their other distant royal cohorts in different countries. I mean, they were all whispering and horrified that Harry had destroyed the monarchy by marrying this woman. And oh my God, they were horrified, but they were putting on a front while behind the scenes, they were doing everything possible to sabotage her, set her up, tell her not to wear a hat when she's supposed to, going in first into the carriage, go on in when it's a protocol, no, no, whatever. They were doing their best to sabotage her, both in public and in private, but mostly in private, right? While they put on a certain face to the public. But I think they really grossly underestimated Meghan, right? Meghan knew what they were up to from day one. In fact, I think before she even moved to England with Harry, while she was still dating Harry, she had already made her decision, right? The minute, the very second she got a whiff of any nonsense from these people, she was out. She was not going to put up with it. She was not going to be Diana 2.0. She just wasn't going to do it because she knew, she was old enough, she was educated enough, she was well traveled enough, she was exposed enough to know what she's dealing with. They think, oh my God, her mother has dreadlocks. So, they draw all kinds of crazy conclusions from that. This woman's father happened to be a Caucasian male who traveled in pretty high circles for his time and for what he did. He was in Hollywood working as a cameraman and da 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 da. I mean, Meghan was used to a certain type of life because of that, right? She was used to certain doors being open because of that. You know, and then she capitalized on that by, once she became an adult and she was working, she invested in herself, in broadening her horizons. Her mother was a travel agent. She traveled a lot. She has seen a lot. She has done a lot. She wasn't just her mother's dreadlocks. They drew the conclusion that's all she was. And for them, her mother's dreadlocks signified something to them that made them mistakenly think they could just easily go in for the kill in quotes, not necessarily physically kill her themselves, but just set everything up in such a way that, if she died in a car crash or whatever, it just would be, oh, poor thing, she couldn't hack it, right? Meghan was up to them before they even started. But I think by going over to England, dropping everything, marrying Harry, she said, you know what? I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and see what they do. And true to form, as soon as she arrived, they started with their nonsense. And they all expected Meghan to just take it. You see, they expected her to be so grateful to be in their presence that she would just take it. But I think when she arrived, she realized that there was a lot of mediocrity. She understood that it was not a meritocracy. People weren't in these positions because of merit, right? They didn't earn any of it. They were sitting on their laurels doing pretty much nothing, occasionally providing a service by showing up and shaking some hands somewhere. Okay, Harry was different. He was actually creating things like the Invictus Games and, you know, Ballet and things like that. But most of the others were doing absolutely nothing. And she wasn't there for them. She was there for her husband, right? She loved her husband, she loved this man, and she thought that together they could build something, and he thought the same thing, right? But it's not like she needed their tiaras. It's not like she needed their carriages. It's not like she needed their palaces and their Frogmore cottages or any of that, right? She knew that she could have much more, much better, and have her freedom from jump, right? She knew that, right? But she wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt. They, on the other hand, underestimated her by a lot. They just reduced her to her mother's dreadlocks, right? And that's the mistake they made, because if they had treated her with the kind of gloves that they should have treated her with, she probably would not have won this, right? They would have won. They would have won. But instead, they treated her with the kind of gloves that says, oh, her mother has dreadlocks, then she must be this. They completely underestimated how intelligent Meghan is, right? How powerful she is, how ambitious she is, right? How just, confident she is in who she is, who she has accomplished herself to be, what she has achieved, how she perceived herself. They played too low. If they had raised their game a little bit higher, they probably could have gotten away with it, because they probably could have convinced her, probably, I don't know, that they were genuine and they were authentic, and that they were not complicit in the whole thing. But they were so obvious about it because they really just thought so little of her, because her mother has dreadlocks. Therefore, she must be some kind of simple-minded little nothing, a little nonentity from nowhere, that was, thankful to be among them, that she would take all their crap. How very wrong they were. They also thought that by taking away all of Harry's money, taking away their protection, taking away the house, taking away this, taking away that, now they're threatening to take away titles and this and that, that somehow that was going to result in Meghan just, perishing, and Harry dumping her and coming back home. Harry himself wants nothing to do with being second fiddle to William. This is part of the problem, actually. And this is a part of the power of Meghan, because she got Harry to see that this is nonsense. You don't have to be second fiddle to William. You can be all that you are and still have much, much more than this little ridiculous 2x4 hut at Nottingham Cottage or even Frogmore Cottage. And we could still have our philanthropic interests. We can have a business. We can have a home. We can have a family. And you don't have to be second fiddle. I mean, she opened Harry's eyes to that, right? They didn't see that coming either. They totally underestimated this girl on a level like I have never seen. And they deserve that she and Harry are outshining them the way that they are. I mean, it is epic how Harry and Meghan are outshining the entire royal family combined. I mean, all roads right now lead to Montecito. Nobody cares about talking about cancer and William with his salary.